Good to have you with us. You're watching the news. I'm Avni Raja. We're making a start here with West Bengal and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee hitting out at the centre over the Pegasus Row. Now, addressing a virtual rally, Mamata showed her phone, saying that she has put plasters on the camera of her phone to prevent phone tapping by the BJP. She alleged all leaders and judges' phones have been tapped and that something needs to be done to protect the federal structure of the state.
Now your Pegasus captured election process, captured judiciary, captured the political party leaders, captured the media houses. Now whatever you will say, every institution has to do it. Otherwise, you will show them, you will blackmail them with Pegasus, to ferocious, to dangerous. And now because of Pegasus, can you imagine? I have done one thing, I am showing you. देखो हम पूरा इसको प्लास्टर कर दिया. क्या करेगा? फोन लगा के क्या करेगा? कैमरा में पूरा तुल लेता है. हम ऑडियो में भी बात करते हैं तो, फेस टाइम में भी करते हैं तो, वीडियो में भी करते हैं तो, मैं कैमरा का ही पूरा प्लास्टर लगा दिया. एक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को भी प्लास्टर लगाना चाहिए, नहीं तो देश बर्बाद हो जाएगा, देश को बर्बादी हो जाएगा.
Well, the other angle of this rally by Mamata Banerjee is also the fact that it possibly marks her vision for going ahead in terms of 2024. She's in fact urging the opposition to unite and possibly eyeing the 2024 polls. In fact, giant screens were put up in other states as well. And the speeches also, her speech, what she said, was in multiple languages, not just in Bengali as has been in the past. In Hindi and English as well is what the speech came for. In fact, let me go across to Tamal at this point in time. Tamal, multiple fronts, multiple interesting points as far as this particular rally is concerned. Of course, the Pegasus, the slamming that she did as far as Pegasus is concerned, very dramatic, showing her phone as well with completely plastered. But also the speech itself was in multiple languages and screens put up in other states as well.
Well, that's right. And in fact, there are telltale signs that Mamata Banerjee has indicated or left an indication that she is ready to adopt a larger role for a larger cause. And she has also defined what the larger cause is. The larger cause, according to her, is for opposition to unite and take on BJP. Mind it, in Bengal election 2021, Mamata Banerjee time and again had said that Bengal would show the way. And we had seen in the past as how several other opposition leaders, be it Sharad Pawar from NCP, be it Samajwadi Party's Jaya Bachchan, be it Tejasvi Yadav from RJD, or for that matter, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha Chief and Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren, they had all come out in open support of Mamata Banerjee, which means they were all lending support to her and they all wanted her to win. Now that she has won the Bengal election, she is actually asking all opposition parties to leave aside their own interests and come together on a common strategy, on a common minimum strategy to take on BJP, to take on the central government. And she doesn't want everyone to wait till 2024. She thinks the time is now, and the time is now right for everyone to unite. That's why she has also floated the idea to have a meeting with the opposition leaders when she is touring Delhi the coming week. And she says Sharad Pawar, Sonia Gandhi, whoever won, they should be organizing a meeting and she would be happy to participate. And towards the end of her speech, she also said that if COVID situation permits, then she would be calling for a mega rally in Kolkata where she would be inviting all the opposition leaders. So all in all, as he rightly said, there are multiple interpretations of her speech, but the most important one being that she is trying to adopt the larger role of uniting the opposition, keeping aside the fact or the debate as who is leading the opposition front. We have to now wait and see whether it really fructifies or not, because in the previous attempts, it did not really work out the way they had desired. But this time, they are working towards it. Plus, the addition is Prashant Kishore, the chief strategist of Mamata Banerjee, is also in the same scheme of things. So you have to now wait and see whether Prashant Kishore too makes any kind of a difference. He has had meetings with Sharad Pawar not once but twice in one fortnight. He has met Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, and also other senior leaders. He is in charge of Punjab as well. So what kind of strategy would be adopted by the opposition parties to make it a one united force against BJP? We have to wait and see. But today's speech, yes, she spoke in Bengali. Bengali, she spoke in Hindi, she spoke in English. She also ensured that the speech is communicated to the national audience, not really remain restricted to Bengal, to Kolkata. And as you also rightly said, there were screens put out in 7 states, including BJP-ruled states like Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Tripura, Assam. There were screens put up down south in Tamil Nadu and also in other places. So yes, Trinamool Congress has made it abundantly clear that they are venturing outside Bengal and they are here for a larger role.
Yes, absolutely, Tamal. Thank you so much for joining us and putting that all into perspective. But let's get in another voice as well. Neerja Chaudhary, senior journalist, is joining me on the phone line as well. Neerja Chaudhary, thank you for speaking to us. Your own interpretation of what we saw today, like Tamal was just pointing out, screens at multiple states, the speech itself being not just in Bengali, but also in Hindi and English, because we rarely see Mamata, especially when she's at a rally, talking in any other language other than Bengali.
That's right. And if you remember, Mr. Narendra Modi in the last time he won the election in Gujarat, 2012, and his victory rally speech that very day was in Hindi. And from the audience, there were cries, Gujarati, Gujarati. He said, no, now you will have to get used to my speaking in Hindi. So Mamata too, speaking in Hindi and English today, is obviously positioning herself in an attempt to increase the footprint of a party. Assam, Tripura, the Trinamool Congress has had some kind of an organization in the past. The other states, Tamil Nadu, opposition rule, Gujarat, where the opposition may eye the elections next winter in 2022. So that is very clear. That's point number 1. Point number 2, when she attacked the government and Narendra Modi very stridently on the spyware Pegasus. She reaches out. She especially makes an appeal to the judiciary to take suo motu notice of it. She talks about the media. So she is laying out the lines for the narrative, the big theme narrative for the opposition to pursue. And that is save democracy. And that was again reminiscent of 1977. Of course, she's doing it online because of constraints. Then she's talked about, I'm going to be in Delhi, 27, 28. And if there is an opposition meeting, if one is held, then I would like to attend it. In other words, I'm not taking the initiative. In other words, will the Congress take the initiative? Because the last time when Sharad Sinha had met on this Rashtriya Manch platform, the Congress had boycotted it. So obviously she would like the Congress to take the initiative of calling together opposition leaders when she is in Delhi on the 26th or 27th. Now also she says, if everybody is happy, once COVID has improved, then I will organize a big rally of the opposition parties in West Bengal. So certainly tentative moves, early moves, to get together the opposition. It's going to be a long haul. It's not going to be easy, but yet a very definite initiative taken by Mamata Banerjee today.
Yes, absolutely, Neerja Chaudhary. That's exactly what it is. And multiple indicators, but couldn't be clearer, even though it is early, it cannot be clearer in terms of what we've seen today at the rally and the comments coming in from her as well. Thank you so much, Neerja Chaudhary, for joining us and putting it all into perspective.